On the GMAT, poor timing hurts your score more than weak concepts. Many students lose 100+ points not because they don't know the material, but because they cling to one question for too long and then end up guessing the last 4 or 5 questions in a row. Proper time management is your biggest asset and score contributor on the test. And the good news is, fixing timing does not require hardcore learning. It requires discipline and a clear timing strategy, which is exactly what we'll discuss in this video. So today, I'm going to share with you the concept of a time tracker grid. It will help you keep track of time without checking the clock constantly, instantly know whether you're ahead or behind on timing, allocate adequate time for questions held for review, and changing answers. More importantly, this system helps you maintain your mental calm during the test so you don't rush, panic, or make careless mistakes toward the end of the section. 2 quick disclaimers before we proceed. There are separate time tracker grids for Quant and Data Insights. There is no time tracker grid for verbal, and I'll explain why when we get to that part. Let's start with the Quant Time Tracker. You solve the section in blocks of 5 questions. At the bottom of your scratch pad, you maintain a review box. This is where you can keep up to 3 questions that are hard to solve in 2 minutes. You must decide whether to keep a question for review within 10-15 seconds. If you spend close to 2 minutes and then move it to the review box, this system will not work. That decision speed must be trained during your practice sessions. Complete questions 1 to 5 and check the clock, you should have 35 minutes left. If you have significantly less, you need to speed up. Complete questions 6 to 10 and check, again, you should have around 25 minutes left. If yes, you're on track. Repeat this process for the remaining blocks. By the time you finish the last question, you should have roughly 9 minutes remaining and 3 questions held for review. Use those 9 minutes to attempt those questions calmly and finish the section on time. As mentioned earlier, the success of this strategy depends entirely on how quickly you identify which questions to hold for review. If that decision takes more than 10-15 seconds, the time tracker grid won't work. Before we move to Data Insights, if this concept already makes sense to you, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. For Data Insights, the time tracker grid remains the same, but you have 2 different ways to decide which 3 questions to hold for review. The right choice depends on your past performance. Number 1, you can save to review an entire MSR question, that is, guess all 3 questions and return to it later with 8-10 minutes in hand. One caveat to this strategy is if the test includes more than 1 MSR, you'll need to solve the second one because the first is already in the review box. Number 2, save to review anything other than MSR if you generally can do well on MSRs. There's no universally correct strategy here, only what works best for you. For verbal, this concept doesn't really apply because it's much harder to quickly identify a hard verbal question. So for verbal, solve or make a clean guess. Bookmark the guessed questions. Move on, assuming you'll never see the question again. Watch our popular video on how to guess intelligently on verbal. Link is in description. Revisit guessed questions if you have extra time at the end. To summarize, use the review box only for questions that are clearly hard to solve in 2 minutes. The decision window is 10-15 seconds. You can customize the time tracker grid timings based on your speed and strengths. This video is a visual illustration of BB's popular GMAT Club discussion on time management. You'll find the link to that topic in the description. If this video helped you think differently about timing, hit like, so BB keeps inviting me to share more practical strategies with test takers like you. Visit gmatclub.com for more powerful strategies like these and join thousands of test takers.